Hello people, I'm Vito, and welcome back to Path of Radiance with Robberlink.
Hello.
So where we left off, we are about to finish this level because we beat Kotaf and Nedata.
Yes.
Seize. Yes, please. So we had a worrisome situation with Titania nearly dying.
Yes, but as always, she pulled through.
We defeated their commander, but we still don't know what they were after. It seems unlikely that they were merely pursuing Princess Elincia. I wonder if Dayan is planning to invade Gallia. Perhaps Crimea was only a stone on which to whet their blades.
No matter the motive, the fact remains that Dan crossed the border. Under such circumstances, hostilities between Dan and Gallia could break out at any time.
So it's war. Again. If war erupts between the Bjork and Laguz, it's only a matter of time before the other nations become involved. There was no but whatever. It's only a matter of time before other nations become involved. Could Dayan truly mean to set the land aflame in a blaze of war? If that happens, many of our citizens will be sacrificed on the altar of their ambition.
We too need to choose which way to move, whose side to take.
I think it's already been decided. Whose side? We shall never support Dayan. Unthinkable.
Captain Titania, we are human. Would you truly have us side with Laguz against other humans? That is unacceptable.
Unthinkable.
Unthinkable. I know what I said.
Would you truly have us side with Subslap? Bjork and Laguz.
Are you going to sit here and argue about a war that hasn't started? You Bjork are all so timid, it's pathetic.
Leith, you must not say such things.
Mordecai? Leith? What do you think? Will it come to war?
Our claws are sharp. If Dayan invades Gallia, we are ready for battle. If our king wills it, war will come.
I like it not. War brings pain, sorrow.
This is troubling.
Enough. We have lost much time. Let us make for the palace. We must reach tonight's camp before the sun sets.
Is the palace still far?
On your skinny Bjork legs, it is very far. But we will do as we can. Wow, thanks.
Your skinny Bjork legs. Which we share in this form, but whatever. Castle Gallia.
My Lord Ike, everyone.
Princess Elincia.
I heard about Commander Grail. I don't know what to say.
Don't worry, we're all right. We're getting by, somehow.
Oh, Ike.
The king has arrived.
Hey there. Thank you for coming to Gallia Palace. I am Caineghis, ruler of the kingdom of Gallia. These are the Grail mercenaries. I am Ike, their commander. You have been raised well, young pup. I didn't recognize you. What? When you were last here, you were still a small child. Is that you, Titania? It's good to see you. The pleasure is all mine, your majesty. The two of you are friends? How does the king know me? I have something I must tell you about your father, Grail. Leith, Mordecai, leave us now. Prepare rooms, so our guests may have a place to rest and heal their wounds.
At once, my lord. Would it be best if I were to leave as well?
No, princess. I would have you stay, and this one also will stay. This is Gifka, my shadow. Pay him no more heed than you would the air. Understood. I would have Titania and Soren stay with me as well.
Me?
Yes, you racist prick.
So be it. Now then, where to begin? Titania, how much did Grail tell his son?
Ike was raised with no knowledge of Gallia whatsoever, nor does he recall ever having been here.
Is that so? Then it is best for me to tell him all that I know. Although that is not much. Sorry, there's...
It's just Laguz in the background.
Yeah. There's a door slamming and cats meowing. Also, it might come up on the recording when you're drinking too.
Oh, sorry.
Alright. That's alright. Whatever you can tell me would be much appreciated. I want to know more of my father. You have good eyes, honest and brave. I see your father in them. Long ago, Grail, your father, worked as a mercenary for Gallia. We forged a strong bond, he and I. To speak truly, I still do not trust the Bjork, but your father was different. Princess Elincia's father, King Ramon, and his brother, Lord Renning, were also of a different kind. All are, or were, exceptional men. Men in whom one could put his trust. Aho, Titania, you are an exception as well. Among Bjork females, you are unique.
You are most gracious, your majesty.
It's like, are you hitting on Titania? My father was a mercenary for Gallia? Correct. And you and your sister? You were both born here in Gallia. You stayed only for a short time, but part of your childhood was spent within these borders.
Mist and I were born here? Is that so? I don't remember any of this at all.
I feel your parents were carrying a dark secret. Someone was hunting them, I'm sure of it. Once, over 10 years ago, and after your mother had been slain, your father chose to leave Gallia.
Oh, wait, she was killed?
Apparently. Before he left, I went to him and asked him to share his tale. I asked him, why are you being chased? Is there anything I can do to help? But I was unable to loosen his tongue. And then I heard he had returned to Gallia, and I thought I had another chance to hear his tale. His fate was black indeed. If I had been faster, if I had hastened my steps, perhaps things would be different.
Wait, now I understand. That voice I heard, that was you, wasn't it?
His wound was fatal. I could do nothing. I thought it best not to intervene in his final moments, so I remained hidden. Tell me, Ike. At his last, did he confess anything to you? The identity of the Black Knight. Did he reveal it?
The Black Knight? No, I don't know who he was. My father entrusted me with his command, told me to trust King Caineghis and to live peacefully in Gallia. He said to forget everything else.
Is that so? Well then, let me do as I can. If any of your mercenaries desire to live here, I will so arrange it. I will vouchsafe them homes and land.
Vouchsafe?
I assume that's how it's pronounced.
I don't even know what that is.
Your kindness is truly appreciated, but speaking for myself, I couldn't live here in peace. Not now. I will avenge my father. I cannot so quickly forget the past, or the Black Knight. But Ike, that's not... I know, I'm not strong enough. An opponent who could defeat my father is well beyond my reach. But that's why I've devoted myself to growing stronger. I will lead my father's mercenaries and prepare for the day when my chance for revenge arrives.
A prudent course of action. You look as one who would be more impulsive, but you are Grail's son after all.
Ha, you've matured, Ike. It seems like yesterday that you were merely a child.
Titania. And now I would ask a boon of you. The strength of your mercenary band, Ike.
Would you lend it to Princess Elincia? Are you serious?
King Caineghis?
Gallia and Crimea are allied nations. That cannot be denied. However, this alliance in reality binds only the royal families. It is not respected by our citizenry. The people of Gallia are seldom seen in Crimea, are they? Even though our nations are friends, the people of Crimea have little real understanding of the Laguz. Many of our people still use that undignified name, subhuman, when they speak of the Laguz.
My father's heart was filled with shame and sorrow over what you describe. More than any king in our history, he wanted to deepen relations between our people. And then...
Perhaps that is why Dain targeted him. Their hatred of the Laguz is well known. Could it be? In my heart of hearts, I would like to take guardianship of Princess Elincia and assist in the rebuilding of Crimea. However, anti-Bjork sentiment is running high here in Gallia. If I were to offer safe harbor to Elincia, I feel many of our elder statesmen would protest. They would say that we are giving Dain they would say that we are giving Dain an ideal excuse to attack. Which means Gallia can't offer Princess Elincia any relief at all. Is that it? Unfortunately, it is true.
Politics. My lord Ike, King Caineghis has advised me to turn to the Benyon theocracy for aid in Crimea's restoration. He says we should make of Benyon a formal request and gain the support of their shields. Sorry.
Passage to Benyon will require several months at sea. An escort will be necessary. As you know, we lack the numbers to serve as a complete mercenary army. So if the princess were willing to hire us as an escort, it would be an offer beyond our expectations. Titania, Soren, I think perhaps we should accept the king's offer. What do you say? It's what you want, right, Commander? Well then, it's our job to follow you.
However you wish to proceed is fine. I will do all in my power to ensure that our road leads to success.
Understood. As of now, the Grail mercenaries shall assume the honor of serving as escort to the Princess of Crimea. Princess Elincia, our journey together will undoubtedly be a long one. May we serve you well.
Oh, thank you very much. I only pray that I, in turn, may be worthy of your service.
All right.
Story's moving on. Chapter 10. Prisoner Release. Hey, Ike. I heard you're leaving. Going to Benyon, eh? Hello, Ranulph. I was hoping I'd see you. I'd wanted to thank you for everything you've done. I'm glad to have the chance before I leave. Well, aren't you the dutiful one? Hey, that reminds me. You were born here in Gallia, right? I knew there was something odd about you. You're awfully friendly for a Bjork, you know. Oh, you might not know, but a Bjork is what... I know what it means. It's what you call us humans, right? Oh, you knew that, did you? There was no you in that. At least
fine.
In the first part. I still dislike that I keep messing up.
There's a lot of talking. It's gonna happen.
Oh, knew that, did you? Well then, let me tell you something else. When we use the word human, we mean it in much the way you Bjork do when you call us subhuman. Really? It's an insult to be called human? I'm glad you told me. I would have never guessed. I should warn you, if you run across any Laguz who call you that, be careful. They are no friend of yours. Got it, thanks. I won't forget. But I've digressed long enough. Let me explain why I'm here. Huh? Princess Elincia, may I have a moment of your time?
Yes, of course.
The king asked that I give you this. Please, accept it as a gift.
What? May I ask?
Within that leather pouch is 20,000 gold pieces. Bjork currency, of course.
Oh, I truly appreciate this generous offer, but a gift of this magnitude is not something I can accept.
I can.
So I was like, we'll take it.
King Caineghis has done so much more than necessary already.
The king is ashamed that he cannot, at this time, provide any personal support. Please, will you accept his apology and acknowledge his desire to aid you?
But,
No? Well then, let's try this.
yes?
You accept the king's gift, then, as payment for conducting you safely to Gallia, you hand it over to Ike.
Yes.
Come on, Ranulph. You can't expect her to accept this, and it's an outrageous fee, no matter how you look at it. 20,000 gold for the life of a princess? Perfectly reasonable. In fact, it almost borders on insulting. Consider how you have suffered, the lives you have lost. 10, no, 100 times this amount would not be unreasonable.
I have reconsidered. I will accept the king's kindness.
Yay, money!
In turn, I will present it to my lord Ike. You will accept it, will you not?
I will. Thank you.
Now gimme.
I was thinking about this, and actually, I would really want the money if there was a way to convert it to bonus experience. Otherwise, it's just kind of, okay.
No, my lord Ike. It is I who must thank you.
Well then. Not gonna wait until we actually deliver you safely? It's like all up front.
All right, see ya. No.
Well, now that that's settled, let's move on. Unfortunately, we do not have any ships here in Gallia. If you are to find a ship that will take you to Benyan, you must return to occupied Crimea.
I guess cats really don't like water then.
Why else wouldn't they have any ships?
Oh well. If there's no other way, then we'll just have to risk it. No matter how cautiously you proceed, you're certain to run into Dayan forces. Keep that in mind. I understand. It's too bad we're so short on soldiers. Still, there's not much we can do about that now. However, I will review our supplies carefully before we depart. In regard to your personal problems, the
Personnel.
Oh. Whoops. In regard to your personnel problems, the king has decided to lend you what aid he can. Laith, Mordecai.
I will join you.
Mordecai? And Laith? Both of you? Are you sure?
None of the others could stand the idea of traveling with humans. I myself tremble with loathing at the thought of going to Benyan, but when the king gives an order, obedience is the only option.
Good kitty.
Despite calling us humans. Not Bjork. I know what that means now.
That may be, but having witnessed the combat prowess of the Gallians, for myself, I know how fortunate we are.
We will not fail you.
I have no intention of becoming friends. Do not forget that. And stay out of my way.
Haha, you must forgive Laith. Her tongue cuts as deep as her claws do. I will return once I've reported to the king. While I'm gone, please finish your preparations for departure. Very well.
Ike, here's a summary of our last battle.
Alright, I still got a bit of bonus experience, but not as much as I could have if I had, not taken so long. Also, of course, MVP is Titania. That's a lot of new allies.
Yeah, I didn't actually realize.
And 3 of them are pretty worthless at the moment. Well, I guess Mist isn't too worthless because it doesn't matter what level she is. She heals pretty much the same. But Rolf and Marsha need some XP.
Yeah.
If I'm going to use them.
There were no casualties, and no one suffered permanent injury. We fought excellently. That's all I have to report. If you'll excuse me. I have other places to be racist at.
I'm kind of hoping that maybe we could end the episode before starting the fight so I can distribute bonus experience efficiently. I don't know if we'll have the chance, though.
You there, Bjork. What do you think you're doing?
I was trying to get back to my room, but I've lost my way. Can you tell me which way I need to go?
It's this way. Follow me. Hey, not so close. Walk behind me.
What?
Pardon me. The king has ordered us to treat Bjork with kindness, but it will take some time. It is difficult to fight that instinct. Perhaps some memory of the slavery our forefathers suffered at Bjork hands flows in our blood.
I understand. I'll keep my distance.
Very well. Let's go.
All right. Okay, then. Marsha, how you doing? And so we put this guy right here, and this dealy bobber goes there, and we're finished. Packing, huh? Want some help? Do I want some? Pfft, you're a hoot, handsome. I'm already done. You're more skillful at this than I had. You're more skillful. You're more skillful at this than I would have imagined. Or is it that Mist is woefully inept? Oh, the Benyon Pegasus Knights were always moving around, so I learned to pack quickly. They used to train us on it all the time. Go here, pack this, fun stuff. Is that so? I can see that you have a strong sense of duty. Quitting the Benyon Pegasus Knights to join us must seem... What are you saying? I'm a burden now?
Yes.
Well, at your level. Level 5. No, I'm very grateful you're here. As I told you before, we're short on personnel. Oh, good then. And I'm happy to be here. Say, Ike? You don't need to worry about me quitting the Benyon service. My decision wasn't based solely on my desire to repay you. You had other reasons? Yes, I'm also searching for my missing brother. He may be a dolt and a scoundrel, but he's all the family I have in this world. Remember when you found me? When we were fighting the pirates? Well, I was trying to track him down. But every time I go looking for him, I end up in some dangerous situation with ugly boat monkeys trying to kill me. Huh. So that's why you decided to join us, is it? I can understand that. So, are you sorry you asked? Not at all. The important thing is finding your brother as quickly as possible, right? That's the plan.
I just realized, if she was a Benyon Pegasus Knight, and she presumably resigned,
Yes.
would they really let her keep the Pegasus?
It's my Pegasus. I'm keeping it. So she's really just AWOL.
Yeah.
You seem depressed.
Look at who I'm trapped with. Of course I am depressed. And keep your worthless observations to yourself. All of you are so slow, I can't believe you're still not ready.
Sorry about that. If we were like you and didn't need to carry anything, it would be easier, but we have weapons and things to get ready.
Weapons are steel.
Weapons are steel.
Weapons of steel are a human weakness. Without them, you cannot fight properly.
Weapons are steel when steel weapons are steel weapons. Weapons are steel when they are, in fact, made of steel. That's what I was going for. Okay. But, Lath, you're carrying a dagger, aren't you? In the scabbard on your leg?
This is not for fighting.
Then what's it for?
I use it to remove small bones from meat. You can also cut fruit into bite-sized pieces. It has proven quite useful. What? If you've got something to say, spit it out.
You despise Bjork, but you don't mind Bjork-crafted tools?
If something's good, it's good. Denying something's obvious worth out of petty spite is foolish.
Well, at least you've got that going for you.
Frickin' tsundere.
It's not that I do not despise everything Bjork. If every Bjork could get along with us as well as you do, I'm certain
Lathe?
This is a ridiculous conversation.
Okay, yeah, she is going tsundere.
I'm leaving now.
Baka. Like, I'm not sure if I deserve to be called that. Alright. Yeah, the only support that I'm really sure on is I think I want Ike and Soren. Everyone else, I'm not really sure.
Maybe Oscar and Titania, since they're both cavalry. Oh, can they not? They can't. Dang it.
I guess, yeah, because there's no more question marks under that. That is literally the only options for Titania.
Dang it.
What's the point in Titania and Reese? Titania never needs Reese.
Wait, go down.
How far?
Oh, wait, one up, Soren. Wow.
Soren only has 2 options.
Apparently, that's kind of pitiful.
Ike has like 7.
Well, that makes sense. He's
Main
the
character
main
and all.
character, yeah.
All right. Let me make sure everyone is good. You haven't broken that yet.
You could sell it,
Yeah, I guess.
although I'm pretty sure the value decreases based on its durability.
Here, equip that. Sell that. Yeah, 5. Whatever, just get it out. All right. Convoy. Give.
What does the arm scroll do?
I think it's, yeah, weapon level. At some point, I should give all those stat items to someone. Probably Ike. You don't need that. And you do need a vulnerary. Alright, buy one. Thank you. You're so weak. You gotta be like my weakest mounted unit. Like 20 health. Also, you probably could use a vulnerary if I'm going to use you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a good idea to give it to one to everyone.
I guess.
Like, just to be safe.
Like, what is this disgusting medicine? This Bjork stuff. I guess I'm
Do I eat this?
when you're hurt. I guess that's at least some use of my money. I don't know, is there any actually good stuff in the armory? Because steel stuff is stronger, but it makes them attack slower. Which is annoying. Oh, Elwind. I could try that out. Seems kind of expensive, though. Here, take it. Other than that, yeah, nothing really interests me.
Yeah. Although, I will say, I think you are starting to get to the point where you can use steel weapons. At least for some of them. And still get, like, double attacks.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe I should just give you a regular lance, because it'd probably be more useful than what you have. Oh, I might as well have gone the other way. Okay, there's no iron in my inventory. Okay. Go buy one then.
I love how aggressively you say that. It's like, oh, fine, just buy one.
Stop being so weak. Alright, yeah, it is about time to end the episode, so I can give some bonus experience to people because it is much needed for like Marsha and Rolf.
Yes.
All right, so we'll end it here. Sorry, there's only a bit of plot, not any fighting yet. Making slow progress, but we'll get there.
I feel like that's how it's going to be. Like, every other episode, it keeps, like, alternating between all the exposition and talking, and then strategizing and fighting.
All right, so we'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.